All right, YouTube, it is April 29th, 2022. It's a Friday night session. We are back. We have breaking news in the Ripple versus SEC saga. It continues. The show continues on. Here we go. Let's start it out. We're coming to you live tonight on a Friday night. Cheers to all of you who are tuning in. I appreciate all of you guys for helping me spread this message. We just broke through 33K on the subscribers on YouTube. So I appreciate all of you guys so much. It really means a lot. Thank you for helping me spread this message. Let's get right into it. Shout out to James Phelan, always giving us the updates within the last hour. This is breaking. The SEC has filed a letter motion asserting the attorney-client privilege in connection with the Hinman speech. So once again, they cannot give up these Hinman emails. Guys, this is the smoking gun in this Ripple versus SEC case. This is the 100% proof of the criminal corruption taking place with the Bill Mafia Hinman style SEC tactics, division of corporate finance, division of corporate mafia tactics from the SEC. This is what's been going on here. We have them all. The SEC has once again filed a motion asserting the attorney-client privilege in connection with the Hinman speech. Coming from John Deaton, pay attention to this language. Quote, the SEC seeks leave to redact two comments discussing pending determinations before the commission found in entries 29 and 35, end quote. What pending determinations? Must be other digital assets. Hashtag XRP. So what we're seeing right now is the SEC, guys, we got them. We got them. Why are you still listening to the FUD in regards to XRP? Why are you still checking the price charts? I don't even have, on my second phone here that I have here, I don't even have crypto apps on it. I'm not even checking price. We watch this lawsuit. The whole show continues on. Why are you still listening to the FUD? Why are you still getting butthurt about CoinMarketCap saying the XRP doesn't belong, da-da-da-da-da? Guys, this is all a show, right? At the end of the day, have you packed your bags, right? We know that we have the SEC. We know that Ripple will win this lawsuit. It's only a matter of how much will the SEC get exposed and how high is XRP going to go. Place your bets accordingly. I'm not here to give you guys financial advice. I have a fat bag of XRP, and I'm about to back up the truck if they continue to dump this thing. The overall situation is absolutely horrendous in the overall markets. Don't get it twisted. But at the end of the day, we know how this will play out when this is all said and done. They will bring about regulations. They will bring about a level playing field. They will be forced to because we have them. We have caught them all. All truth will be revealed. The SEC right now is trying to stall this out. They're trying to hold up, and they're trying to cover their asses at the SEC. John Dean, James Phelan, huge shout out. Check out this tweet right here, and this explains to you all why Ripple has been chosen for this lawsuit. Why Ripple will be chosen to be the first one through the gates here, regulatory clarity onto the other side. This tweet is coming from Matt Rosenden. Now that I am well over a year away from my work experience at Ripple, I feel more comfortable talking about my experience there. All good things, of course. Ripple is probably the only company in the world with the focus, resources, and momentum to truly disrupt global payments. Don't you get it, folks? We have them. We have the best technology. We have the best company. This is why, and it's now been exposed, right, that Hinman and Clayton were meeting with them while they were working with Alibaba and the rest of this whole gang with Wall Street, JP Morgan, to get caught up. That's because XRP was better tech. Ethereum doesn't get the job done. It's still not getting the job done. So this is why they had to stall up Ripple and XRP. This is the one company with the focus, resources, momentum to truly disrupt global payments, and with the team. When it comes to investing, it's all about the people behind the company, right? We invest in these companies based off of the team that they have assembled. The best team in cryptocurrency by far. It doesn't even come close. Best technology? Yeah, you could say that some other cryptos are fast, are cheap. That's cool, right? But at the end of the day, it's the partnerships that tie this whole thing together. Now, they've tried to be creating their, and they've tried to get competing technology for XRP and Ripple. They cannot stop it, and they've been forced to get on board. It recently just came out last week that George Soros Fund invested into PolySign. Guys, this whole thing's connected behind the scenes with Codius, Polysign, and Ripple. You have liquidity, custody, and the most advanced smart contracts platform in the history of the world, Codius, right? And you have this tweet from a former person who was at Ripple saying, and we hear this time and time again, and how do you get people from Goldman Sachs? How do you get the 43rd Treasurer of the United States, right? How do you get them to join the team in the midst of an SEC lawsuit? How do you get two former SEC officials to represent Ripple in the lawsuit? Two former officials from the SEC are representing Ripple in this lawsuit. What more do you need to know? 43rd Treasurer of the United States, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, anybody who matters in the finance world has sat at the table or they got on board. So while they dumped the price down to 60 cents, guys, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. What's happening right now, the opportunity to acquire these cryptocurrencies, I thought the switch was going to be flipped 2 years ago. I thought that this was going to be over a long time ago. I thought the SEC lawsuit would have been over last year, right? But this is a blessing. This is an opportunity for us to acquire these assets. Now let's continue on. So what do we have here? Huge shout out to Wrath of Kahneman for retweeting this post from Tihol Bedict. I don't know how to pronounce that, but look at this find that we came across. Amidst all the FUD, all the distractions, all the BS that they want us to pay attention to right now, while the new financial system's ready to go, while the numbers right here tell a story that's not being told on mainstream news. What do we have here? BitDCE, which is a Hong Kong exchange, starts crypto global payments with Simplex. $450 million daily XRP volume climbing since February of 27-28 out of nowhere. Other cryptos don't show same increase. XRP is their number one crypto by volume. So last week on my Discord call with my Discord, weekly call with my Discord, I talked about focusing on the volume, on the run rate of on-demand liquidity. That's the true marker. Price is a distraction. Understand what's going on with the on-demand liquidity cross-border payments that are settling with XRP. That volume tells the whole story. This exchange out of Hong Kong tells you a story. Their number one crypto by volume is XRP in Hong Kong. So while we've been led to believe that Hong Kong, China, they're not working with XRP, right? We have a different story here if we just look at the exchange from this one, the volume of this one exchange over there in Hong Kong. But I want to give a huge shout out to Tom Emmer for being one of the good guys here and for actually saying what needs to be said, actually questioning Gary Gensler. This tweet from Tom Emmer coming out today. It's April 29th, Gary Gensler. He tags good guy Goldman Gary. And no, it's not inappropriate to apply pressure to Gary Gensler and everyone else that sold out this country. I'm so sick of Laura Shin, the rest of these Ethereum freaking clowns that are holding back the rest of the cryptocurrency space and the whole world. We're on the brink of a new financial system and you guys are not getting the job done. Your interest, your financial bags have been packed. You got in on the criminal, corrupt conspiracy that was the Ethereum free pass monopoly that this whole crypto scene, this whole Ponzi scheme has been built on. So it's not inappropriate to call him good guy Goldman Gary. We're done. We have it all. It is not inappropriate. Who is cutting the checks to Laura Shin and all these other shills that are all pro Ethereum, won't talk about the disguised whales, won't talk about getting anything done in this world, in this country? What is a level playing field? What is free market capitalism? Where are you guys at? No, you guys are all sellouts and you got a book to sell that's full of BS, of the inside scoop at Ethereum. We don't care. Let me take a deep breath. Let's continue on. Shout out to Tom Emmer. It's April 29th, Gary. The Blockchain 8 hasn't received a response to our March 16th oversight letter. We've given you more time than you give the American people to respond to your proposed rulemakings. So this is from last month. It's been a month and a half. Good guy Gary, he can go speak. He can go talk to CNBC. He can go talk to the mainstream outlets. He can go do these little silly little crypto meetups. I don't even know what they're doing besides wasting time and flapping their lips and acting like they're important because they've been bought and paid for on their knees for Goldman Sachs. These people are sick. Let's talk about this CoinMarketCap joke. Remember, this is all FUD, all orchestrated. And the reason why I'm only pissed off right now is because our future is being sold out. Our children's future is being sold out. And America is behind the rest of the world right now. CoinMarketCap, we made a mistake. CoinMarketCap does not want to compare the merits of any other crypto over the other. And I'm going to stop right there. And that's all you need to know is that on a level playing field, there is no competition for XRP, XLM, XDC, and the other cryptocurrencies that we have invested in. There is no competition. And that's why you guys don't want to compare the merits of any other cryptocurrency. That's why you had to have the Ethereum free pass monopoly, because XRP was going to surpass Ethereum, just like it already did back in the previous bull run. And we're going to do it again. Mark my words. There's a reason why you don't want to talk about the merits of crypto. Unbiased and let the algorithms do the talking. Yeah, whatever. What a joke. This tweet from Stefan Huber. Didn't Vitalik get the memo from .eth community that the higher the fee, the more decentralized, the more secure and better it is? And this is a tweet from Roger Ver back in the day. Roger Ver created Bitcoin Cash. This is a quote from Vitalik. Must have been back in 2018 where he's given one of these silly presentations. Quote, if transaction fees go up to $1 or God forbid $60, then blockchains would be a joke and she should be regarded as such. In his own words, blockchains would be a joke and should be regarded as such. Right there you have it, folks. This is a joke. This is a joke. The sick part of it, the part that's not funny, is how these people have sold out the interest of the American people for their own pockets, for their own criminal, corrupt conspiracy. They do not want to relinquish control. They do not want a level playing field. Why are people using Ethereum? I have never. I'm trying to think if I've sent any stupid cryptos or picked up any cryptos. I do not believe that I've paid any Ethereum gas fees because I've refused to do it. This is why I haven't done any of the NFTs. Why would I bend over for Vitalik? Why would I give in to this garbage, to this quote joke that Vitalik created? This is why he interned at Ripple. And then he couldn't get his visa into America. So then he goes on to be the puppet of the Wall Street masters at JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs. And he's just their little developer boy creating the, the code for Ethereum. If transaction fees go up to $1 or God forbid $60, then blockchains would be a joke. What happens when you go to transfer a large payment for Bitcoin, right? You get fees that are that high, hundreds of dollars. Days at times for the transaction to go through. That is a joke. Ethereum is a joke. 99% of crypto is a joke. Let's get something done. Otherwise, we're going to be left behind. And this is going to be the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. We have positioned ourselves accordingly. But the Main Street people are getting slaughtered right now because of these people's actions, because of our president, because of our sellout politicians going back now for decades, because of them selling out to private central bankers, to entities who do not have the American people at their best interest. This country has been sold out. The American dream is dead. Opportunity, free market capitalism is dead. It has been replaced by crony capitalism. And these people are sick. They've done crimes against humanity when you really go into it. When you really look at the tippy top and what they're doing, I can't even go there, but it is absolutely sick. This whole crypto XRP lawsuit shenanigans is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. It is just the tip. We have them caught on some of the sickest things that you could even imagine. And I will not even speak on it. You guys already know the truth. And it is sick. Anders L. tweets out, XDC will grow to become one of the most important blockchains in the market. And I wanted to follow up the Ethereum BS with this tweet with the good news that XDC has now been listed on Uphold. If you're looking to get some XDC, one of the main utility cryptos that we're talking about, going to dominate trade finance. Good stuff going on over there at Zenfin and XDC. If you want to move your cryptocurrency off of Ethereum, you can move it to the XDC blockchain in the time that it takes to make a cup of coffee. 10 to 15 minutes, you can move any ERC20 token over to XDC in 10 minutes. That's utility. That's getting something done. That's the future, a new financial system that is inclusive, that solves problems, right? And this is how we've invested. I'm not here to give you guys financial advice, but I am here to say that we need to vote these people out. These people have sold us out left, right. It does not matter. We have merits that are so simple. We have a standard that is so simple. The Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, those documents right there just puts it all together in such simple terms. And our country has been taken over, hijacked by people have sold us out that are completely evil. And I'm going to die fighting. You know, if that's what it comes down to, we are going to see this through. They have to settle this case because otherwise the XRP army, digital asset investor who has absolutely been lit up lately, God, I love to hear it. Even a couple of swear words out of DAI. And then we saw Brad Garlinghouse even saying that America is effed. That was out of a conference last year. And God bless him because it's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. I love to see it. It's time to get fired up. If you stand for anything, like what do you stand for, right? The rest of the crypto space thought this was all cool because their little cryptos pumped. They turned their 500 into 5 grand. They turned 10 grand into 200 grand. They bought a Lambo. They did stupid shit. They bought their girls. They gather. They rent out Airbnbs all together. Chip in on renting the Lambo. Let's rent our whip, rent our girls. And it's a joke. It's a joke. Don't be surprised if the Bitcoin Ponzi lasts for another decade or two. Bernie Madoff maintained his swindle for almost 20 years because coincidentally, nobody understood it. Well, we understand what's happening on here and we're going to expose it all. It is in the best interest of the SEC to settle this up. It is in the best interest of anyone who wants to make it out to the other side to look in, do the research, understand how to actually get something done with the distributed ledger technology. This technology is here. It will be used. 99% of cryptos will go away. They will roll out the central bank digital currencies. They are coming away. Complete control, no privacy, complete surveillance, the ability to shut you off if you go against your government. We got to resist it. We got to resist it. We got to speak about it. We got to acknowledge it, and we got to confront our enemy, okay? And as far as I'm concerned, the Bitcoin kids that made their money, the crypto kids that flipped NFTs made their money, I'm happy for them. That is great. But at the end of the day, we need to get something done for the world. There's over 1 billion people that are not even banked right now, right? There's millions, hundreds of millions and billions of people that are underbanked, that are not being serviced. They can't send cheap transactions. They can't do cross-border payments efficiently. We got to get something done. So while, making a little bit of money flipping meme coins, NFTs, if you got in early on Bitcoin, on these other cryptos, that's great. But at the end of the day, we need this level playing field. We need to get something done. This has got to be a major alert right here. I'm trying not to trade cryptos right now. I'm sticking in cash right now, waiting to buy more blood in the streets because it looks like it's coming, in my opinion. But this right here, folks, has to be a major alert for you guys. Jim Cramer just went bullish on Ethereum, saying that it could pump by 40%. If this isn't a market top signal or a signal to short, I don't know what is. Jim Cramer saying that Ethereum could pump 40%, guys. Literally, just go back and look at this guy's history. This Wall Street sellout shill, every time he says something, flaps his lips, you might as well just short it, right? Same thing with Netflix, right? He was saying, what was that, December or January, that Netflix was a great buy, and it's down 50, 60, 70% since then. I want you guys to look out, and I want, this is what's happening, is that people understand that Ethereum's trash. They understand that Bitcoin, best case scenario, you might 2x your money if we do get mass adoption. But the truth is that Bitcoin will not make it in the end. It only has a chance if it upgrades to proof of stake, which it can't do. So Bitcoin's toast. But if that's not a market top signal, I don't know what is. Because this guy's track record is horrendous. Horrendous. TikTok, if we could tap the screen, share the stream. YouTube, if you guys could hit that thumbs up for me. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in tonight. I do apologize for ranting, but I will say I took a few days off. We're back live here now. I flew out to go see Dan Pena speak live in person. So maybe that's why I'm a little bit jacked up today. It was absolutely incredible. I'll tell you guys more about that later. But we're coming back with the energy because, God dang it, we stand for something over here, guys. This is criminal corrupt, and we have sellout shows right here. They've pushed all of this crap nonsense onto these newbie investors. All these noobs, all the Robinhood investors, right? All of the, like this just terrible fundamental investing that's been going on. The party's coming to an end. I'm not telling you to short ETH, but go look at Jim Cramer's track record for yourself. Let's continue on. Stefan Huber. After all, I love this. He put .justice instead of .eth, like all the Ethereum morons. He put Stephen Huber .justice. I love it. And all we want is a level playing field. I would love to see these criminal, corrupt politicians and SEC folks that have sold us out. I would like to see them tried in the court of law. Don't know if I'm not going to hold my breath on that. But at the end of the day, let's just get a level playing field and we'll move on. After all this, after the economic espionage, after the Ethereum free pass, after the lawsuit against Ripple and XRP, after all the FUD, the poor performance, it is still in the top 10. And CoinMarketCap has to run such an obvious campaign in the midst of all this. Know what you hold. And that's exactly it, guys. Focus on what's going on. Go look at that on-demand liquidity record volume. Go look at Ripple taking $321 million cash to go buy more XRP off the secondary market. They didn't have to do that. They had 3 billion XRP released to them in the escrow, or from the escrow. 3 billion XRP. Why are they returning 80% of it quarter after quarter? Returning 80% of it back in, locking it back up in escrow, and then they take their cash, which Brad said they're sitting on the best cash position they've ever been in. So they take $321 million and they go buy more XRP off the secondary market. What more do you need to know? Continuing on, we have good news coming out of Panama. XRP and other cryptocurrencies like XDC, XLM, IOTA, Algorand, a lot of cryptos, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all deemed legal tender, legal currency in Panama. This is incredible news. The only country that has deemed XRP to be a security is Panama. America. Sorry. So that's good to see. Now let's take a look here at the world stage events. This came out just a couple days ago. Finland and Sweden plan to apply to join NATO in May. So here we have, the sides are lining up here on these world stage events. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. I hope and pray that this thing gets wrapped up. But these people, I'll just say this. At Dan's event, I really respect what Dan has to say because he's been on the front lines over there in that area. He's been a commander in the military. He's talked to the top people. He's met multiple presidents. He has experience. He said that Putin's not going to leave without victory. and that the only way that he can win is by dropping a big bomb. I don't know if that's what's going to happen. I hope and pray that that's not the case. But that's what Dan said. He said that Putin's gonna drop something. So we'll see what happens. He said that without a doubt, Putin will not leave without victory. So, you know, we're gonna be watching this one closely. I figured that this thing was gonna be wrapped up by now, but it looks like it's continuing on. So we're gonna watch this one closely, and the markets are shaky because of it. Okay, the markets are shaking because of it, and I'm not even sharing any of this, the news, but essentially Russia is cutting off these countries now. So they've actually started within the last couple of weeks to cut off these countries from their gas and oil. So be ready. Now we also have China and Russia are working on homegrown alternatives to the SWIFT payment system. Here's what that would mean for the US dollar. This is an article from Business Insider from yesterday. Okay, we've already been talking about this over the course of the last year, so this is relatively like, you know, they're finally getting caught up to speed. We've been talking about this over the whole last year. This came out today. Russian President Vladimir Putin is discussing the idea of pegging the ruble to gold. If approved, this would directly link Russia's currency to gold bullion for the first time in more than a century. Also pay attention to new gold stablecoins. So we've been talking about this. He already pegged the ruble to the natural resources, to gold, natural gas, and now he's considering pegging it to gold. And he already did in kind of an extended way because he pegged it to the natural gas fixed in a price of gold. So what Putin's doing here is he's already dropped a financial bomb. I've talked about this over the last couple of months that we've been watching this unfold, is that without even firing a shot at America or the Western forces, he's already got us right where he wants us. Without firing a shot, he has us at our knees. I mean, what he's done, like I just showed you the last two articles, right? Moving away from the SWIFT payment network, and then now just having the ability, just even being able to discuss this possibility shows you that the United States here is going to lose the reserve currency status, and that we are going to move to a new financial system that is pegged, is tied to precious metals, is tied to real world commodities. So I do want to add to this. I said this to my Discord today. This tweet from Gold Telegraph says, also pay attention to gold stablecoins. I will say this in regards to precious metals. I do not care in the slightest to own anything that is supposed to represent a share of gold. I do have not any interest in anything like that. If I have precious metals, it's sitting right next here to the rest of my metal that I got in regards to my Second Amendment. That is the only way I am storing or buying precious metals. If you're in the stock market and you're doing the gold mining stocks, you're doing some of those plays, that's different. Okay. But I don't care about a gold stablecoin. I don't care about gold bonds. And this is coming out of the stellar lobster ecosystem, is India gold bonds. I don't care. Why would you want that? You're trusting someone else to hold your precious metals. That's not the point of precious metals. The point is to have it stocked in your safe next to your Second Amendment. God bless this country. That's the point of metals. I don't trust anybody else holding my gold in their vault, buying a token that represents a gold bond or represents gold. So I just wanted to add that. That's my 2 cents in regards to that. I understand if you have millions and millions of dollars to invest, you're going to just buy some and trust somebody else to hold that in their vault. But for the average person, I would just suggest, don't get distracted with any of this BS. Don't trust a third party to hold your precious metals. And I know that Glint is something that's come out recently. Basically, you can buy gold and spend it like a debit card with Glint. And you're starting to see that. That's not how I'm playing precious metals. That's not how I got cash and I got precious metals. Physical cash, physical gold, physical silver. I don't need my gold to be held in a vault so that I can swipe my card. That is not why I have precious metals. But You guys know what's best for you. Breaking news, HSBC largest shareholder has called for a breakup of the London-based bank. Are you not entertained? So let's compare two scenes going on right now. We have Russia, China. The ruble crashed. It's recovered now to pre-invasion levels. The stock market crashed. It's already started to recover. They've already had their hard reset, their forced reset. China, staying neutral, right? China has their own troubles, but they're positioning themselves accordingly, and they're sitting on a ton of gold, right? And they're a communist country. So, if their people create value, then the government just seizes that company, right? They just take it over. So that's one way to run a rodeo. But let's compare that with what's happening over here on the West in the London-based bank HSBC, where the largest shareholder is calling for it to be broken up. See, this tells a story, guys, of what's going on. And how is Ripple positioned right now? Ripple positioned to be a lender of last resort, the only cryptocurrency company that's really set up to be a bank, not just a money transmitter. There's many other crypto companies, Circle with USDC, you have Stellar, but you have Ripple with XRP set up to be a bank equivalent to the IMF or the BIS. I know how I've invested. I hope you guys have done your research, taken a look at this situation. These banks are going to be consolidating as we roll into this new financial system. Doesn't mean that they're going to go completely away, right? But they're definitely going to be reset, restructured, and revalued, okay? And I am all here for it. Now, this coming out of Deutsche Bank sees a 5 to 6% Fed target rate, which will push the U.S. into significant recession next year. Okay, so a couple things. We will be dead if we go to 5 or 6% interest rates. I mean that literally and metaphorically. Like financially speaking, people are going to die. And literally, it is going to be chaos, guys. This is going to kill us if we go to a 5 or 6% Fed target rate. The Fed fund rate is at 0.25%, 0.25 to 0.5. 0.25% to 0.5% is the current rate. If we go to 5 or 6%, we're done. We're done, guys. And I don't know where they're going to go. I think that the Fed is bluffing. If they do raise rates, they will drastically drop them back to zero or near zero, because they cannot afford to pay back their debts at a 5 and a 6% interest rate. That is the problem that the United States is in. But one thing that we need to understand here is that we are halfway into a recession. By definition, a recession is 2 quarters in a row of negative GDP growth. The numbers just came out. We were negative in Q1 by 1.4%. The expectations were GDP to come in, at 1.1% positive GDP growth. The numbers came in at negative 1.4. So we're already halfway to a recession because it's 2 quarters in a row of negative GDP growth. So now you're seeing that they're giving us rates of like 1 or 2% GDP growth for this quarter. Well, just look at what happened. The Fed, all of the forecasters missed big time last quarter. So we're already halfway to a recession. So you have the Wall Street pundits, CNBC, all these guys talking about recession next year. Folks, we're in it. I don't care what the numbers say because the numbers are BS anyways. The fact of the matter is we're already in a recession. And the fact of the matter is that we're already in an inflationary depression has already begun. And this is the end. It's just a matter of how many people do they want to kill? How great will the carnage be in this reset restructuring of the financial world? It could have been a smooth transition, but that's not how they do these things. So let's continue on. This is the worst FANG crash in history and worst bond market crash in history. And the Fed has only hiked once. This is from Zero Hedge. So let's get that. We were at 0% interest rates, borrowing for free. We raised rates once by 0.25% to 0.25% to 0.5% is the rate. The Fed hikes rate once, and we have the worst crash of the tech stocks in history and the worst bond market crash in history. And Deutsche Bank saying that we're going to go to 5 or 6% by next year. Folks, we will be dead. And, you know, what we're watching right now is because the cryptocurrency space is still tied to the overall stock market. This is why we're down 50% since the tops of last year, right? The market, if you look at it, I was mentioning this earlier, in each presidency, the markets usually bottom out around the second quarter of the second year in most presidencies. And this is spot on for what's happening right now. Now, we just happen to have, the pandemic that happened over the last 2 years. Now we have the war situation going on, the supply chain crisis, all these events, all these artificial crises happening, which are orchestrated and staged, which doesn't mean that they're not real, doesn't mean that there's not going to be blood in the streets. There most definitely will be, okay? It's just that this is all planned. This is all orchestrated. But what's happening is retail, Main Street, doofus morons like you and me that thought we were smart on Robinhood investing in the stock market, that thought we were smart investing in all these cryptocurrencies. We are getting squeezed right now, right? Worst bond market crash, worst tech crash in history, and the cryptocurrency market is following. So if the Federal Reserve does hike rates, which we have a Fed meeting coming up, I believe on the 4th and the 5th, we have another meeting coming up here in May, and then another one in June. So the talk right now is that they're going to raise rates 0.5% this coming month in May, and that they're going to do it once again, possibly a 75 basis point hike in that next one. Everyone's speculating, but if you're talking about 0.5% interest rate hikes, we're in trouble, guys. Like this is ugly. This is ugly, and this is why I'm going to be dropping an updated exit strategy for my cryptocurrencies here next month. Next week, actually. Next week, I'm going to be dropping this with my Discord group, going over my current portfolio and my current exit strategy, because I am switching up my strategy right now. After, watching this thing play out, after not getting this pump, and the scene is horrendous, it doesn't mean that I'm necessarily going to sell and walk away, but I'm going to be positioning myself to take advantage of the opportunities if we bottom out here coming up in May. But if they actually go through with this, guys, we most definitely are going into recession, and this is the start of an inflationary depression and the potential for stagflation, which I believe is already there. Stagflation is demand dropping or falling off, but inflation continues up, and that's happening because of the supply chain crisis. So even though demand's going down, people are broke, they have less discretionary spending, we still are getting inflation and higher prices because we have the supply chain crisis, all orchestrated. And without even really going too deep on it, we're about to experience one of the worst droughts in history in the Southwest United States as well. And that on top of the increased fertilizer prices because of the Russia-Ukraine situation and because of the planting season being missed right now, this is going to get a whole lot worse. Continuing on, U.S. foreclosure activity hit a new high not seen since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic as foreclosures continue to rebound following the lapse of federal moratoriums, according to data from Adam. So, post-pandemic high being hit in Q1. We are just getting started. And these interest rates, if they raise these interest rates up, that is a knife in the back of the Main Street folks that have invested in the stock market, that are sitting on most of their assets, most of their wealth is in their house. Most of these people's businesses have been propped up by cheap debt, have been propped up by borrowing money, borrowing equity out of their house to keep their business afloat, to go pay their employees. This situation's ugly out here, the real situation. And what people have had to do, what Main Street has had to do over the last 2 years to stay afloat, they've had to mortgage the house for a second time, right? And now you have all these people that got into adjustable rate mortgages, and the Fed was telling us that the interest rates were going to be low forever. Bank of Canada suckered all the Canadians in recently as well. This is happening not just in America, but in other areas as well. They suckered all these people into adjustable rate mortgages, telling them that we were going to have cheap, easy money, 0% interest rates forever. And now they're just jacking it up, and people are going to be squeezed. Foreclosures hit all-time highs since the pandemic started. Well, look at what was happening up until the pandemic, right? The economy had started to rebound. We had started to build a little bit of something under the last presidency. And then that was all taken away by the events of March 2020. And now this situation has only just gotten worse. And there is no really light at the end of the tunnel quite yet. And I'm not trying to be all gloom and doom. This is just look at the numbers. We raised interest rates once, and the whole world's falling apart. Literally, right? So this is going to get worse before it gets better. And I've been showing you guys more of these real estate numbers because I'm looking to make moves in the real estate market. I'm going to be a first-time home buyer sometime over the next year. And I'm not going to absolutely try to time the bottom, but I got a serious strategy for real estate right now. And I'm going to look to execute right now. This is the opportunity I've been waiting for. This market's been jacked up, and I'm not looking so much for prices to go down in a drastic way, but for it to at least cool off a little bit. And that's going to be an opportunity for us. So we're getting really serious about real estate and watching this thing closely. And I'm giving you guys the data because I want you guys to understand how you're positioned, whether you're sitting on your, whether you have property, whether you have real estate investments, whatever you got going on, or if you're like me and you're just trying to get into this market for the very first time. They have absolutely really, really squeezed Main Street, and they've made it dang near impossible for my generation to get in on real estate. Now, half my generation is sitting on their ass and they don't deserve any of it. So that's their issue. But I'm talking about the people that are hardworking, that are, just trying to support their family, having to work 2-3 jobs, dual income, and they're still not going to be able to afford a house. And so we're covering these numbers because I want you guys to understand real estate as well. We cover all our bases here on this channel. We really hit cryptocurrency hard over the last year, but you guys have seen me kind of change my tune and start to add other asset classes in as well. Now we're speaking more on business. Now we're speaking more on real estate because you got to get in the game right now, guys. You got to get your cash up because when you go to the grocery store, when you fill up at the pump, when you go to renew your lease, when you go to buy another house, look at the price increases. Look at lumber. Look at the real commodities. Look at the real value. Don't listen to the BS CPI data that tells us, the government telling us that inflation's at 8.5%. I don't know one thing that I buy that hasn't gone up more than 10% over the last year. I can't name one thing that's gone down in price, that has stayed even, or that has gone up less than 10%. I can't name one. Right? So these are BS phony numbers, and I want you guys to get in the game right now with your side hustles, with your business. There's more opportunity than ever. There's so much opportunity right now in business. And then in the real estate game, I want you guys to understand whether you just have one home, your primary residence, whether you're looking to get in, whether you got a big real estate portfolio, you probably already understand this, but we got to tie this whole thing together so that we can take the most advantage of this transfer of wealth. That's the end goal. We want to squeeze this opportunity for what it is, guys. And I'm looking forward to it, but I recognize the carnage that's going to be taking place on Main Street, that's already taking place on Main Street. This is a brutal situation, and I want you guys to have a plan. Here, we're about to go into rapid fire Q&A. I just got a few more things to cover, and then we're going to get right into it. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. If you guys could hit that thumbs up for me on YouTube, if you could tap the screen, share the stream on TikTok, help us run it up and have a little Friday night session. It is 8:42 here on the West Coast. Late night session. Took a few days off. Coming back with the energy. Went and saw Dan Pena live. God bless him. Let's get into it, okay? Increased workforce, materials, and land costs have conspired to push up new home prices. Erosion of affordability for prospective buyers will dampen both new and existing home sales. This is coming this is a reply to a tweet with this data. New home sales fell in March as higher rates reduce housing affordability, down 8.6% to 763,000 rate. What is that? Is that the price of a new? No. Oh, that's the amount of new home sales. 763,000. Is that it? Anyways, sales down 6.8% year to date. Prices continue to rise with construction costs. However, in March, only 14% of new home sales priced below 300,000. It was 34% a year ago. So only 14% of new homes were priced below 300,000. You can barely get a lot in my area for 300 grand. You're lucky to get a shack for 400. You're lucky to get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath standard family home fixer upper for 500 grand in my area. I don't know what the prices are for you. The new homes that they're looking to build in my area, 700 grand plus. 800 to $1 million in one neighborhood. And it's not even going to be nice. I know the freaking contractors that are building this, that are throwing up this crap. Don't get me started on that. That's a whole other joke. I run a landscape business. I can't say too much because I can't speak on these guys in my area. But I will say that I have business forever. God bless them. I have job security forever because every single one of these landscapes that they're putting in should be ripped up on day one. Every new home buyer should be pricing in a brand new landscape because what they put in is absolute garbage. And that's just a landscape. What do you think they did on the house? So not only are the prices going up, affordability is going up, these are not well-built houses. And here's a chart to verify that. So this is the construction cost index price change from year ago. So we can see here we're up. We were down going in 15 and 16. 2016 looks like we bottomed out at about a 1 to 3%. But basically over the last 7 years here, we've been basically between 9 and 1% as far as price change over the year. Right now we're up to 17%. So the construction cost index, the price change from a year ago, up to 17%. And now I always mention this, lumber was up 76%. So for a lot of us, instead of buying some of these cryptos, we should have just bought some lumber and been sitting on that. 76% year over year for your lumber. Now, here's another tweet. 2 rentals plus principal residence, 90% of net worth in real estate. More common than you'd think. Lots to lose if housing turns down. So this is important because what's happening is Main Street is getting squeezed in regards to their businesses and in regards to their real estate. And this is how majority of America, majority of many countries, right? Because and basically it's the same thing across the world. Most people are invested in their own businesses or they're invested in real estate. 2 most common things, right? Besides the stock market. But this is where Main Street has built their wealth, has kept their wealth, preserved their wealth. Most people aren't sitting on much, right? So this article from the Financial Post, couple in their 40s with $3 million in assets must diversify if they want early retirement. Because of bad experiences in stocks, they have put most of their savings into property, which I love real estate, right? But you got to do real estate the right way. I have a serious strategy, not only for buying my primary residence where I'm going to live, that I don't view so much as an investment, but I got a whole other strategy for real estate investing. And this is the right way to do it. But, you know, if people right here, 90% of your net worth in real estate. Well, if you're 90% in one thing, you better know what you're in. So I'm 90% in my crypto bag in XRP, but I know what I hold, right? That's a strategic all-in play, right? If you're all in, you better know what the hell you're doing. So right now is the time to get focused in, guys, because it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. Now, I wanted to throw in a couple funny things here. This tweet right here. The same system that kept you in the dark about Ghislaine Maxwell and her client list doesn't mind live streaming Johnny Depp's trial. So go figure. We get Johnny Depp's personal situation live streamed amongst the whole world. Which let's watch what Johnny Depp's what's been going on in his life, in his story. A complete distraction. Whether he's good guy, innocent, whether he's wrong, it's a distraction. While Main Street is getting killed, all the news that I just showed you about us getting killed, and most people are sucked in to watching the Kardashians, Johnny Depp's trial, and we still didn't get anything out of Ghislaine's trial here, out of her whole deal. We still don't have her client list. We still don't have the Ethereum whale list. It's all tied together. It's all tied together. And some people might think that's a stretch. It's not. It's not. It all ties back to the corruption. It's, as this meme says, the same system that kept you in the dark, right? They will live stream Johnny Depp's trial, but we will not get live stream of what's going on here. We will not get the client list of that flight log. We will not get the client list of the Ethereum whales that got in on that securities offering that Ethereum did. This is that same system. Complete corruption. Another one here from Jim Rickards. And this is in regard to Biden proposing the Disinformation Governance Board. While this is all going on, let's watch Johnny Depp's trial and let's launch a Disinformation Governance Board. This is mockery to the American people. This is complete mockery. And it shows you what they think of you and I. Jim Rickards. The Third Reich had the Reich Ministry for Popular Enlightenment and Propaganda. Biden has his Disinformation Governance Board. New century, same old attempt at thought control. Let's give Jen Psaki a nice, I'm not going to say that, but guys, what is the saying? History doesn't often repeat, but it rhymes. Here we go. Different century, same tactics. Financial reset, restructuring, and they launch a war. Go figure. Go figure. Right? And now we have a government that won't even, I'm not even going to get into it. Disinformation Governance Board? That's a joke. That's just BS. Because that's actually doing nothing. But what it does is it does get us all riled up, and it does continue to sow division in this country. And this is what happens at the end of all falling empires, is internal chaos. And that's the part where I get caught up, because I get fired up. I get riled up because I stand for something. I stand for these values. I speak with passion because I want to get something done. But it is tough knowing that this is all orchestrated and done by design to get this reaction out of us. This is what they want. I think the answer is for us to continue applying pressure, and we are doing it in a respectful way. We know the facts, the evidence, the truth that we have, right? And we are on the right side of history. We are going through the same thing that happened about a century ago. We had the Roaring 20s. We had basically Germany got screwed over by the First World War, right? And then it led into this whole thing. It led into the rise of their leader, and the rest is history. And now here we go. Same situation once again. And let's get a quick update. How humiliating. Jill Biden's biography only sold 250 copies its first week. It blows my mind considering her husband is the most popular president in American history. And all I'm going to say is that we're winning. That right there tells you that we're winning. And this isn't about left, right. This is about nobody's got time for your bullshit, Jill. Nobody's got time for the BS anymore. Right now, we need to stay focused. They are trying to distract us. They think we're so freaking stupid that they would try to push Jill Biden's biography on us right now. That's how stupid they think we are. And she only sold 250 copies. What an absolute joke. We are winning, but we are resisting evil. With that being said, let's go into rapid fire Q&A. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much. If you guys can hit that thumbs up for me, if you can tap the screen, share the stream, let's run it up. Rapid fire Q&A. What do you guys think of all this nonsense? What do you guys think of this opportunity? The greatest transfer of wealth in the history of the world is here. Dan Pena says that this is going to be the greatest transfer of wealth since World War II. I say greatest transfer of wealth in world history because we have an internet of value exponentially growing forever. The opportunities are endless, but they have us distracted. They have us fudded out, and they are quite literally squeezing us, killing us on Main Street. The American dream. Me and you, just trying to take care of our family, the common folk, the people fighting the good fight. This is what we're up against. Now, the markets were back down again today. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, market's down a little bit here. Bitcoin at 38K. Okay. I love XRP, but Hex is going up. No, that's cool. Take your money and run. I probably would take my money and run. I guess you got to lock it up with Hex, though. There is no more middle class. Absolutely. We got the haves and the have-nots. Ripple stocks and Ripple will be equivalent to Berkshire Hathaway. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. XRP is going to 20 to 30 cents. Yo. I use Coinbase and Robinhood. Can I move my cryptocurrency? I think you finally can off of Robinhood, but yeah, I wouldn't use those platforms. Let's take a look at the XRP price chart for what it's worth, which is about freaking nothing. But let's take a look just to entertain it. Guys, when I tell you I don't even have any crypto apps on my phone anymore, I have nothing. Nothing. I don't even check the prices of crypto on a daily basis anymore. 100% focused on taking action in my business every single day right now. While this is going on, be taking action. Prepare. So here's my new moon solar eclipse of 4:30, which is going to be tomorrow, is going to be the solar eclipse and the new moon coming in. And so we have dropped back down. We're down to 62 cents. So we talked about that support at 63 cents, and here we are. We're riding this good. The new moon's going to be coming in tomorrow. So my prediction of the market going up into that new moon not playing out, but holding that 63 cent level pretty well. So we'll see how that goes. This is the 4-hour chart here on XRP right now. Let's go and do a rapid fire Q&A. YouTube, thank you for tuning in. TikTok, I appreciate all of you guys so much. Beth, thank you for showing the love. Did Chad dunk on you? Yeah. XDC listed on Uphold. Yep. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Just make sure can you guys move it off of Uphold? Do we know if we can move it off of Uphold? So that's the thing about this pattern that we've been watching. It's not an exact science, right? The new moons have historically brought in tops, microcycle tops, and then they drop. This one did not play out that way, but that's all right. Marshall, thank you for the 5 spot. I appreciate that. Looks like we had some other super chats. Nikki, thank you for the 20 spot. Thank you guys. I appreciate all the support. It really means a lot. VOG, thank you for the 20 spot. Enjoy your show. I know you're busy with work. I see the tan. Yes. Landscape business, full steam. And then, yeah, we're just trying to pump out as much content as possible when we can. That's what we're doing right now, guys. I took a few days off. I wanted to shoot a vlog. I was going to shoot a vlog for going to see Dan and going to his seminar. I didn't get around to that, but I'm going to be dropping a video here on YouTube, basically summarizing my whole experience. So you can look out for that. That'll be a good one. But yeah, I didn't get around to shooting a vlog like I had intended to. Ryan, thank you for the 10 spot. Love the passion tonight. We'll be joining the QFS Society on Sunday. Hope the in-person meetup was excellent. Yeah, if you guys are looking to get into the exclusive Discord community, sign up on the 1st at this point, because you don't want to get charged today and then you'll get charged again on the 1st. So if you want to sign up for the Discord group, sign up on the 1st of May. But I appreciate all of you guys. Yeah, hop on in on the 1st and you'll be ready to go. This show's fire. Thank you, Nicole. Brenda, 10 spot. Zach, you are on fire tonight. Love it. Thank you for all you do. Yeah, Brian, 40 spot. Guys, you guys are amazing. God bless you all. You know, few days off, going to see Dan live. I'm feeling really motivated, really inspired right now, guys. And our overall thesis has been spot on. The only thing that we missed was the alt season for crypto. That's not coming in. But if they want to take this thing down to 50 cents, if they want to take it down to 30 cents, let's go back down to 17 cents. I will be backing up the truck. My family will be living out of my truck because I'm going to dump everything into cryptocurrency. But there's going to be opportunities across the board, I believe, in real estate. And I'm telling you right now, there's so much freaking opportunity in business. Guys, Dan says, this is the best opportunity. This is the best opportunity because we have more motivated sellers now than ever before. This is the greatest opportunity. Feeling XLM is going to pump soon. Yeah, I'd love to see it. We're waiting for XLM and XRP, the suppressed assets, to go. Did Dan swear? Oh, you bet you he did. He called us every explicitive multiple times. And he is so much better in person. It was unbelievable. He looked me in, well, at least it looked like he was looking me in the eyes. I mean, it looked like he was, and golly. I mean, he's a larger than life guy. He has that about him. It was unbelievable. I mean, he looked like he could have killed me just by looking at me. Literally. It was badass. What's up with Uphold? Yes, motivated real estate sellers. Yeah, so there's going to be motivated sellers for everything, for business, for real estate. Yeah. And then as more pain hits, as people have to offload their cryptocurrency bags, it'll just drive these markets further. Where was Dan at? So Dan put on a free seminar in Omaha. All I had to do was fly there and get there. But he's in Omaha right now for the Berkshire Hathaway shareholder meeting that Warren Buffett puts on every year for his shareholders. So Dan Pena is attending Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway meeting. and he wanted to put on a free seminar for the doofus morons like myself that flew in from all over the United States to see Dan speak. It was awesome. The information you give is fire. I loaded up on more silver. Thank you, Christian. Guys, thank you for all the super chats. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've been looking for a mountain lion to hunt down ever since I listened to Dan. That's awesome. So honestly thought on settlement XRP a month away. I just don't worry whether it's a month away, a year away. We have them beat. There is no way that Ripple loses. So position yourself accordingly. Did anybody ask him about XRP? I thought about asking him. He didn't speak on cryptocurrency at all. No. Yeah, these crises bring opportunity, but you got to make sure that you can survive to get to the other side. So this is why we had 2 prepping classes last month. We're just covering all of our bases. Whether they do cyber attacks, the worst drought in like 100 years is coming through, all done by design. All done by design. We've positioned ourselves accordingly. Dan did speak on climate change and how it's absolute BS, how Al Gore, how Barack Obama have all bought prime real estate, millions of $1 million houses less than 100 yards away from the beach. So that goes to show you that they don't believe in the climate change, the sea level rising BS. Not financial advice, but if you can take a financially payable loan, now is the time to do it. Second quarter 2023, you can pay it off. Now is a great time if you can get fixed rate debt to buy assets, to buy cash flow, to buy businesses, to buy real estate. If you know what to do with it, it is not a good time to be taking out more debt if you do not know what to do with it. If you do not know the difference between good debt and bad debt, it is not a good time to be in debt. Especially adjustable rate mortgages, adjustable rate loans, adjustable rate credit cards. Lisa, thank you. I appreciate that super chat. Thank you. Climate change isn't BS. Man-made climate change is. There are natural cycles. True. Yeah. Right. Yep. It's just like Dan said. Dan went to both poles. He talked to the scientists, talked to the guys who dug the cores and looked at the temperatures, and he got it from them. Yeah, absolutely. The man-made climate change story is BS. Yes. And now you can't even question that anymore. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's it, brother. When the switch flips, we're going to fly high. People forget that it's not about getting rich. It's about being wealthy enough to do what you want in life and look after the human family. Yeah. To me, I have a moral obligation to take care of my family. I have the ambition to take care of my community. And I want to leave on a better world for my daughter and for the generations after me. It's an obligation. It's not an optional thing. Real inflation is at about 17% right now, 16, 17%. So if you're looking to get gains, you need to understand that you're going to have to get about a 20% return to break even, or to even start to really, really be making out better. With the inflation crisis as bad as it is, you might think that your stable coin at 10%, you're winning. Well, actually, you're still losing in real nominal value by 7%. So you have to understand that right now. Yeah, 17 meat processing plants have burned this year already. I've heard up to 20. It's like hundreds over the last like couple years, all done by design. I already got my vegetable starts. I was listening to Lynette Zhang again on Stansberry today, and love her stuff. And she was talking about your vegetable garden, growing your own food, and your community. Being in a community with other people with skills that bring something to the table. I want you guys to think about strategic relocation right now. I mean, golly, I don't even know how you guys do it in some parts of the Southwest, some parts of the Midwest, like Arizona during the summer. I like record drought besides the point. I don't know what the hell you guys are doing in Arizona during the summer. It gets up to 80 degrees where I'm at, and I'm melting, which I understand that's kind of soft, but think about strategic relocation in a serious sense, because it's bad. It's getting bad out there. Is 95% of XRP used outside the US? Why it isn't doing better than it is? Lawsuit only reason. Market maker, manipulator, magicians that control these markets have suppressed XRP. It is they have complete control of it. XRP will rise as the other utilities will, like a phoenix from the ashes when this thing's all said and done. We were hoping for a settlement. We were hoping for that pump to like 10, 13 bucks. And then we were expecting to go into a bear market. I'm not saying it's not coming through, but I've been waiting since January for it to come. So we'll see how it goes. The point being, and if you guys could take anything away from my message tonight, is stop waiting. Start taking action. If your crypto bags aren't doing anything, right? Start your side hustle, right? I mean, at the end of the day, you can research these cryptos, you can research your stocks, you can do all this investing. But for many of us, we need to be focusing on our business, on our side hustles, on preparing for the crises that we're about to live through, that we are living through. So if I could say anything, it's don't wait, take action right now. Jesus is King with a 2 spot. Thank you. Are you going on XRP QFS Team 1's channel? I think that we will be having a conversation with Mel. That looks like it might happen. We'll see what happens. Aladdin AI trading bot. I don't do bots. I wouldn't recommend any bots. How would a settlement work? A settlement would be maybe they give them a slap on the wrist fine. I don't think that Ripple makes it out clean. But basically, XRP is deemed a currency, but they get them for a slap on the wrist fine for some of the early day sales of XRP. But the problem being is that, and I'm just trying to simplify it for you guys that are new, asking about how a settlement would work out. Basically, I mean, XRP is a currency, Ripple's unlocked, and they continue to dominate, but on an even more massive scale, because they'll have regulatory clarity here in America. They'll be one of the first cryptos with the green light in America. So then they just continue world domination. They're already got 400 banks, financial institutions, already working with 50 central banks, already, what do we got? 2 or 3 central bank digital currencies that are built on top of the XRP ledger. Now we got NFTs. We'll have the Spark tokens with Flare. So we have DeFi coming for XRP this year, July 4th. It's going to be beautiful, guys. We positioned ourselves so well. Stocking up on silver. I don't own any gold right now. Got cash, ready to buy the real estate dips. Businesses just booming. Only problem is labor. Motivated sellers. People handing over businesses. Like literally, I've been handed 2 businesses in the last year for free. Like, not even buying other businesses. Here you go. True story. Now, when you're in the landscape business and you got old timers that got to hang it up because, they can't do it anymore, That's what happens. So whatever industry you're in, whatever sector you're in is just incredible amount of opportunity. Whatever skills you got, if you're willing to put in work, if you're willing to take action right now, so much opportunity. Do you believe in the Nisara Jasara or Great Reset? I believe in the assets that I own. I believe in the strategies that I'm executing on a daily basis. And that's what I mean. Don't wait. Don't wait for Nisara Jasara to roll out. Don't wait for a great reset. Don't wait for a crypto pump to get rich off crypto. Don't wait on anything. Don't wait for a better opportunity to start your side hustle, to start your business. Take action now. But Nisara Jasara, Great Reset, I believe that we're going to go through a change just like we have throughout history. And precious metals have always played a role over the last 6,000 years. And specifically speaking, in the last few currency resets, precious metals have played a role. This time around, though, we have distributed ledger technology and an internet of value. So I've positioned myself into fundamentally solid projects that are efficient distributed ledger technologies that are being used by cryptocurrency companies that are tied in with anyone and everyone that matters in the financial world. So for me, it's not a hoping and praying game. It's documentation and evidence to back it up. I will say, and you guys already saw, I put out my deep dive on Lobster, Stellar, and that whole thing. I'm not buying into it, and I don't. Yeah. I'm not buying any. I've looked into all of it. I understand all of it. I understand it all. I understand 5D dimensional chess moves. I understand quantum computers, quantum financial system. I understand the whole story, all of the rabbit holes, gone down all of them. Going down those rabbit holes did not pay the bills. It did not grow my business. It did not buy me a house. It did not put food on the table for my family. Not saying that it's not true. I love rabbit holes. I love theories. I love sitting here, having an adult beverage and talking about theories. That's fun for a little bit. I'm not interested in meme coins. I'm not interested in $1 gets you a billion tokens. I'm not interested in those plays. What do you believe will be a better ROI, XRP or Ripple shares? Good question, Paul. I get that often. I definitely think it'll be XRP. If you want to make those bets, relatively low risk, 10 XLM gets you 1,000 or a billion tokens, whatever. For me, I don't have enough evidence documentation to have a solid standing to make an investment right now. Lobster sounds like a meme. Yeah, you know, I will say I'm super excited to see the DeFi coming to XLM, coming to XRP. It's great. It's just 99% of cryptos, tokens that have been built on XRP are garbage, no utility trash, pump and dump Ponzi's. Same thing on XLM. And I don't care who issued India gold bonds. I don't want that trash. I don't want to count on somebody else to hold gold, to back their bond by gold, to back their token by gold. I don't care who the issuer is. It's a verified issuer. I don't care. My precious metals are right next to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about these stories, especially when it comes to precious metals. Gold-backed stablecoins, Glint card, And I'm not knocking that. I'm not saying that's not, like, that's cool. Like, that is the future. But, you know, the reason why I got precious metals is a little bit different. What do you think about Ray Dalio book, Changing World Order? It definitely woke me up. Yeah, I actually just listened to it, Changing World Order. Great stuff. You know, Ray Dalio, he's tapped into the very tippy top. So, great book, spot on. And it is just history. It is just history. Yeah, this currency reset, everything that we're going through, the end of the empire. Thoughts on DAR and COS? Don't know about those. Did you listen to Linda Jones' podcast on the CFTC stepping in soon? Also, do you think we are waiting for Trump to return before they flip the switch? No, I've not listened to Linda's podcast. But the CFTC is the proper regulatory body. Yeah. Commodities Futures Trading Commission. They are correct. However, 99% of cryptos that did ICOs are going to be regulated by the SEC. So, yeah. Jesus is King. Thank you for another super chat. I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna have a level playing field. We're gonna have the truth come out. Whether that's Congress taking action, whether that's the CFTC, we're already seeing states take action. The whole rest of the world is. So it's here, and we've positioned ourselves accordingly. Ray Dalio is wrong about China as the world superpower. I think next world superpower will be Russia and Germany together. Well, yeah, I mean, they just use China, right? So China is the basically the prime example of the New World Order society. And they just use that country. Should we invest in housing or should we be buying lots of food and storing it up? Well, your situation, I don't know what your situation is. We talk about prepping and having ourselves secure to be able to live through situations. But we also talk about investing as well. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose, and make sure that you do have your preparations made. That you can go a week without food. That you can go a week without being able to pull money out of your bank account, without being able to use the internet, right? Like, folks, we're in for a rough go at it here. Joined late, but the eclipse lines with market dump, right? Well, it can go either way. We know that there's going to be a massive amount of energy coming in. So, you know, it's going to go one way or another. It's a coin toss. So flip the coin. If you need to buy some now and you want to wait for later, that's always a good thing to do. Don't beat yourself up over a 5 or 10 cent difference in price. What's the three mountains meaning? I don't know, guys. It's the same thing with decodes. Decodes never paid the bills. I put out a bunch of content over the last year doing decodes. I spent a lot of time doing it. We're at an important moment right now. And I love decodes, I love theories, I love rabbit holes, I love doing it all. But yeah. Guys, if we could please hit that thumbs up for me. TikTok, appreciate you guys. YouTube, thank you so much. Just hit 33,000 on YouTube. Appreciate it. And also, by the way, guys, when you guys get a chance, make sure you subscribe over at Rumble, because I'm going to be dropping exclusive Rumble videos going forward as well. We're going to be dropping Rumble exclusives where I can really open up, because you guys get a little glimpse here. But we're going to really open it up over on Rumble with some exclusives coming soon. My goal is to drop one Rumble exclusive per week. Don't forget to include medications and medical supplies in your preps. Yep, true. Skilled labor will come in handy for building houses. Yeah, I think that it's going to be important to have your skills right now. I can't move XDC to Ledger yet. Tate, is that on Uphold? On Uphold, we can't move XDC off of it yet? Even if you buy with a debit or credit card? Which crypto is most likely to be backed by Musk, XRP, and XLM? But I mean, Elon's a distraction too. J moved to Decent. Okay, so we can move it off of Uphold. You probably just need to buy with a debit or a credit card. Honestly, like, I like Uphold, but I'll probably just stick to Kucoin if I need more XDC, because I know I can move it right off right away. But I do like Uphold, but America has gone soft. Majority of the people rather stay home than work manual labor jobs, but it will have to change. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be feeling it here. Not only do people not want to work, not want to produce, but we've been attacked. We have cyber attacks going on. We have all these accidents happening at the food processing plants. We have the worst drought in 100 years coming through, which I felt like we just had that. They do sensationalize this stuff. The worst of everything. It's always the worst. However, you can see it when you go to the grocery store. You can see it when you go and, there's less options at the grocery store. It's less quality, smaller portion sizes, higher prices, if you can even get it. So not only do we have people that don't want to work or produce, we don't even have the means of production happening right now. We don't even have the opportunity to produce if we wanted to when it comes to some things. Am I buying the dip? I'm not buying any cryptocurrencies right now. I'm letting what I have in the market go. I'm going to be looking for the market to bottom out here soon, though. I think that we bottom out here soon. And I do believe that they're going to try to push it up into the midterm elections. Yeah, if you want to get XDC, you can go to Uphold, but you can also just get it on Kucoin or BitTrue as well. That's where I've always got it, it's Kucoin. Shiba Inu? Yeah, no. No. Yeah, now is not the time to be messing. What's the latest blunder by Sleepy Creepy? I don't know. I can't even watch that guy anymore. Can't send XDC out of Uphold. Network not available. That's interesting. Thank you for the super chat, Alex J. Thank you. XRP price prediction. What do you think, guys? Should I give an XRP price prediction? Does Trump have what it says to fix this? Everyone's saying yes. I'm not going to give you guys a price prediction. I'm sorry. Other than I'm going to say 10,000. $10,000. That's why I just have a few XRP. I just keep a couple. Have I looked into Russell J. Gloud? I have not. Who is that? Is that the DeFi guy? The guy who has the DeFi patent? I like that Zach has uber common sense to go with his extensive knowledge. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. I mean, yeah, I'm just a regular guy, for sure. For me, I think that why our channel has done so well is, for my own understanding, I have to dumb it down for myself, which then allows me to convey a simple message that puts it into layman terms for just the average person to be able to understand what's going on, right? I have to dumb it down for myself, which I think helps me put out a more simple message that's easy to understand. Will Bitcoin go to zero? I think that Bitcoin needs to update, or it eventually will. Now, that could take 10, 20 years. I showed you guys the tweet. Bernie Madoff's scam ran for 20 years. So the Bitcoin Ponzi scheme can run for a couple decades too, maybe. But if it doesn't upgrade, the proof of work doesn't work. Proof of work won't work. It's not part of Agenda 2030. They're just killing everything. Their whole plan is to go to a sustainable economy. Proof of work doesn't fit into that, unless they moved it to 100% renewable energy or updated to proof of stake. If XRP is superior to ETH, then why won't it match Ether price someday? Well, that has something to do with tokenomics, but yeah, I mean, there's no fixed supply of Ether, which blows me away. How, the number 2 crypto that this whole thing's built upon doesn't even have a fixed supply. Like, what is that? That's a joke. Did you watch the Stellar Lumens demo? What are you talking about, Stellar Lumens demo? Do a crypto starter? There is so many new people still coming into the space. Over the whole last year, I put out a lot of content on the basics, but I feel like, yeah, it would be a good time to put out something on YouTube, TikTok. Now we have way more of an audience. We did break Ethereum's market cap before for XRP, absolutely. Yep. But what's your view on Veritasium and Reggie Middleton? Yeah, see, Reggie Middleton's the guy who owns the DeFi patent. Okay. I haven't looked into it. I watched like one video on it, but I haven't really looked into it further. Ethereum has a massive blockchain that's not going anywhere. What does that matter though if you have something that's better? Right? Like AOL had a huge user base. Netflix had a huge user base. How's that program working out? Right? That means nothing. Also, well, I don't even really need to speak on it further than that. If you think that Ethereum's cool, have at it. Good luck. ADA is a quick grab. Yeah, I do like Cardano. I don't own any Cardano though. Yeah, Napster had the most amount of users, right? Kucoin just isn't user friendly. Yeah, Kucoin does take a minute to get together. It is 9:33 on the West Coast. Guys, let's go 7 more minutes. Let's go 5 more minutes. Run it up. If you guys could hit that thumbs up, YouTube, I'd greatly appreciate that. TikTok, if you guys haven't already subscribed on over to the YouTube, what are you doing? If you want all the deep dive content, it's happening over on YouTube. Brad Greenhouse said XRP is like Amazon. There was a 10-year long period of low price, then it's over 2,000. Absolutely. Yep. It's such a great comparison. Ripple being the Amazon of crypto. Yeah. The Amazon of payments. Yep. Yep. What's your YouTube? It's linked in my bio. It's just go to zachrector.com. You'll find it. It's my name. On Twitter, YouTube, all the platforms. It's just my name. Don't overextend yourself and try to hold 50 coins unless you're rich. Yeah, exactly. For most people, they shouldn't own more than a handful because you don't have enough money. You don't have enough funds to diversify. These big hedge fund guys, they can hold 50 different assets because they have enough money in these assets to make a difference. And that's why I'm not going to do stellar lobster plays, even if it's 5XLM here, 5XLM there. How big of a difference can that really make? Any thoughts on MMT economics, modern monetary theory? It's no good. No good. David, what's up, man? Russia is not going to default. It is likely any market or bank that declares Russia in default when Russia is not to have or trade in dollars is just a joke. Yeah, they avoided default today. I saw that. Have I checked out the Last Flag Standing movie on YouTube? No, what's it about? Right, my TikTok looks frozen right now. Oh, there it goes. XRP, XLM, XDC, Algo, that is a good bag. Yeah, I do like it. What do you think of the casino coin? I do own just a little bit, not much. They got a good little niche with gambling. Yeah. Russian ruble is actually getting stronger. Absolutely. Yeah. And they actually have the ability to back their currency by gold. See, to get a good gold-backed currency, you don't need to do 100%. You only need to do, typically it's 40% backing. Their currency is backed 40% by gold. Not only are they sitting on a tremendous amount of gold, but they also produce a bunch. Where can I buy Ripple? You can't buy Ripple stock unless you're an accredited investor. Then you can buy it on link 2. Okay, what's the video about the last flag standing Russell Gold? What's it about? How much XDC do you suggest? A serious percentage of your portfolio. Postmaster General introducing quantum law for the U.S. I'll check it out. You too dug in, bro? No, you're too broke. That's why you're in my comments being a moron. Saying dumb stuff. How about the conspiracy theory that David Schwartz actually creates Ripple before Bitcoin? Well, David Schwartz did create distributed ledger technology, patented it in 1988 before Bitcoin. So he did create distributed ledger technology before Bitcoin. What do I think of the latest update of the XRP case? It proves that we have them all. The fact that they still want to hide the Hinman emails is the smoking gun in the lawsuit. I appreciate all you do, Zach. Thank you. Fairly new, but learned so much from you and a couple others. Thank you. Appreciate that. I invested in a mortuary called CSV. What's a mortuary? I don't even know what that is. Oh, a funeral home? Wait, did you just say that you bought a crypto? Oh no, you invested in a mortuary. How did you do that? You know, those are actually great businesses. That's what I thought it was, but I was like, wait, what? But yeah, no, those are actually great businesses to roll up. Yeah. Oh, you invested in it on Robinhood? Okay. Yeah. I'm talking about actually physically buying the actual businesses. Good business. God, there's so much opportunity right now, guys. I don't do stocks, but no, that's cool. After they got everyone to do the hokey pokey, do a little dance, and they've launched a complete war against our body, mind, and spirit. Probably gonna get some infinite returns in that business, unfortunately. My cousin ran a funeral home, recession proof. Man, that's one way to make a living. Okay, guys, I got to wrap this session up. If you guys could hit that thumbs up for me on the way out, I greatly appreciate all of you guys for spreading this message. We're going to be going live once again, probably tomorrow as well, if you want to tune in for that. And make sure you're following us on all the platforms. We're over there on Twitter. We got the Rumble going as well. Check out the Rumble exclusives. If you want to join our Patreon community, it's on over there at zachrector.com. Just head on over there, check it out. You can get the XRP merch. All the good stuff's over there. Hey, once again, I appreciate you guys. We got some new content coming this weekend. So much opportunity, guys. You know, we're going to keep our heads up, keep focused, keep locked in, and keep on taking action on a massive scale. I appreciate all of you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Take care. God bless. Talk, thank you.